There are mornings when you wake up, your body is still there, your heartbeat is steady, yet deep inside there echoes a void that is hard to name. It is not exactly a clear pain, nor a specific illness, but a quiet exhaustion, as if something within you is slowly drifting away from yourself. You continue your day, doing familiar things, fulfilling responsibilities, but at a deeper level, you know that something remains unhealed. In the modern world, people have learned to react very quickly to what can be seen. When the body hurts, we turn to medicine. When the mind feels unsettled, we turn to entertainment. When life becomes heavy, we try to change our circumstances. But there is a subtle paradox. The more we try to fix things from the outside, the more we overlook the true source of imbalance, the place where everything begins, within the mind and its connection to the body. Perhaps what many people have never been taught is this: the body is not a machine that needs to be fixed, but a living system that knows how to regulate itself. Every pain, every discomfort, every unusual sign carries a message. Yet in the rush of life, people gradually lose the ability to listen. We no longer pause long enough to feel. We are no longer still enough to understand. And when that connection is severed, the body begins to speak in stronger ways through stress, through fatigue, through illness. However, there is a truth rarely mentioned. Deep within every human being exists a primal intelligence, a self-healing capacity that has been present since birth. It is not something mystical, nor a vague belief. It is a natural mechanism where the mind and body intricately connected, where every thought can influence biology and every emotion can shape the state of the body. For thousands of years, before modern science developed, humans discovered and practiced ways to awaken this ability. They did not see healing as a separate action, but as a state of being, a harmony between the inner and the outer. These ancient techniques were not meant to replace medicine, but to restore what modern humans are lacking: connection. You may wonder whether those methods are still relevant in today's world, when technology has advanced so far, when everything has become faster and more convenient. Can returning to simple practices like breathing, stillness, or sensing the body truly make a difference? The answer does not lie in theory, but in experience, because no matter how much the external world changes, the internal structure of a human being remains the same. Your nervous system still responds to stress the way it did thousands of years ago. Your heart still beats in its natural rhythm, and your body is always seeking to return to balance if you allow it. What is noteworthy is that modern science is gradually catching up with what ancient wisdom has long understood. Research on the connection between mind and body, on the effects of meditation, breathing, and belief, all point in one direction. A human being is not only physical, but a complex system where consciousness plays an essential role in the healing process. But there is one thing science cannot do for you that is direct experienced. No one can breathe for you. No one can listen to your body better than you. And no one can activate the healing process within you if you are not ready to return to it. Perhaps you have tried many ways to feel better, changing habits, searching for new methods, reading different advice. But sometimes what you need is not to add more, but to let go. Let go of excessive control, let go of the fear that your body is broken, and begin to see it as a friend trying to communicate with you in the only way it can. The journey you are about to enter is not a complicated one. It does not require you to become someone else, nor does it demand that you change your entire life immediately. Instead, it invites you to return to the simplest things, the things you may have overlooked for far too long. The 8 ancient techniques you are about to discover are not hidden secrets, but doorways. Each doorway opens a different way for you to reconnect with yourself. Each method is a reminder that healing does not begin from the outside, but from within, from the way you breathe, the way you feel, the way you are present. And perhaps what matters most is not how many techniques you learn, but whether you have the courage to pause and listen, because in the very moment you are truly present with yourself, something subtle begins to shift, not loud, not dramatic, but profound. That is the moment you begin to remember. The power of healing has never left you. It has only been waiting for you to return. The journey of healing does not truly begin with changing the external world, but with turning inward, where every subtle movement of life is unfolding in each moment. There, the body does not merely exist as a physical entity, but as a living ecosystem, where the mind, emotions, and energy continuously interact. And within this interaction, the 8 ancient techniques open like 8 doorways, guiding you back to your innate ability to self-heal. The first technique is conscious breathing, the simplest yet most profound doorway. When you begin to observe your breath without trying to change it, simply noticing, a gentle shift takes place. The breath becomes slower, deeper, and the body gradually relaxes. The remarkable thing is that in this state, the nervous system shifts from survival mode to recovery. Accumulated tension begins to dissolve, and the body, like a stream that has been unblocked, starts to regulate itself. Breathing is no longer an unconscious act, but becomes a tool for healing. The second technique is meditation, not as a method to achieve something, but as a return. When you sit still and observe your thoughts without being carried away by them, you begin to realize that you are not those thoughts. The distance between the observer and the observed opens up a space of stillness. In that space, the mind no longer expends energy on worrying or regret. Energy is preserved, gathered, and it is this gathering that nourishes the healing process from within. The third technique is the power of belief and invisible force, with very real effects. When a person truly believes that their body can recover, they not only change the way they think, but also the way their body responds. Belief creates a sense of inner safety, and in that state, the body no longer needs to remain on high alert. Stress responses decrease, and the immune system functions more effectively. In contrast, prolonged doubt and fear keep the body in a defensive state, disrupting the self-healing process. The fourth technique is visualization, a way of using imagination as a language to communicate with the body. When you close your eyes and imagine a part of your body being healed, you are sending signals to the brain, and the brain, not clearly distinguishing between imagination and reality, responds by activating corresponding mechanisms. When the image is repeated with genuine emotion, it becomes an internal experience with deep influence, gradually guiding the body toward recovery. The fifth technique is sound and vibration. In this universe, everything vibrates, and the human body is no exception. Harmonious sounds and gentle frequencies can directly affect the state of the nervous system. When you listen to a soothing sound or repeat a simple syllable, the body begins to synchronize with that rhythm. The heartbeat slows, the breath becomes steady, and a state of balance is established. Sound, therefore, is not only heard but felt as a wave spreading throughout the body. The sixth technique is the release of suppressed emotions. The body does not forget what the mind tries to ignore. Unprocessed emotions do not disappear, but accumulate, seeking expression through physical symptoms. When you allow yourself to fully feel without avoidance, without judgment, those emotions begin to move. It may be a flow of tears, a heavy sensation that dissolves, or simply a subtle sense of relief. When emotions are released, the body no longer has to carry that invisible burden. The seventh technique is connecting with nature, a return to the original rhythm of life. When you place your feet on the ground, listen to the wind, feel the sunlight, you are reconnecting with a source of energy greater than yourself. Nature is not rushed, not tense, and when you merge with it, your body begins to relearn how to function naturally. Artificial stress gradually dissolves, making space for a deep state of balance. And finally, the eighth technique is full presence, the state in which you are no longer pulled into the past or pushed toward the future. You are simply here with what is. When there is no resistance to reality, a deep relaxation arises. The body no longer needs to react to imagined threats, and the internal system begins to function harmoniously. It is within this presence that all other techniques come alive, because you are no longer practicing them, you are living them. These 8 techniques are not separate, but interwoven like threads in the same fabric. When you practice one, you are touching all. The breath leads you into presence. Presence helps you recognize emotions. Released emotions create space for belief, and belief nourishes the entire healing process. What matters is not how perfectly you practice, but the sincerity with which you return to yourself. Because in every moment you listen to your body, you are restoring a connection that was once forgotten. And within that connection, something deeply profound begins to happen, not loud, not dramatic, but powerful enough to transform the way you experience life. Healing, in the end, is not a destination. It is a state you gradually step into, moment by moment, as you learn to live in harmony with yourself. Perhaps after going through all these methods, you will realize something very strange, that nothing truly new has been added to your life. There is no complex tool, no mystical secret being handed to you. All that appears is a return to the breath you have always had, a return to the stillness you once knew, a return to the body, the place that has patiently been waiting for you to listen. And within that return, a truth gradually becomes clear. Your body has never been against you. It has never been broken as you once thought. Every signal it sends, whether pain, fatigue, or unease, is an attempt to communicate. It is trying to tell you that something needs to be seen, understood, and healed at its root. But in a world where everything is solved through speed and convenience, people have become accustomed to silencing those signals rather than listening to them. Healing, therefore, is not an act of forcing the body back into a normal state. It is a process of cooperation, a companionship between the mind and the body. When you begin to listen, the body begins to respond. When you let go of excessive control, the body finds its natural rhythm again. When you are present, the body no longer has to struggle in isolation. You may not see changes immediately. There is no blinding light. no miraculous moment that overturns everything overnight. But true healing is rarely that loud. It unfolds in subtlety, in the way you breathe a little deeper, in the way you respond a moment slower, in the way you begin to feel more clearly what is happening within you. And then, little by little, you realize that you are no longer carried away by stress as before. The body no longer feels as heavy as before. Pain, though it may still appear, no longer carries the same level of fear. Because now you understand that it is not an enemy. It is simply a sign, a reminder, a doorway leading you deeper into yourself. What matters most in this journey is not perfection. You do not need to meditate for hours every day, nor do you need to practice all techniques with absolute precision. The only thing truly necessary is sincerity, a willingness to return, even for a few brief moments, because even a single conscious breath, a moment of full presence, can create a small shift, and those small shifts, when repeated, will gradually reshape your entire experience of life. There is something very few people realize. The body does not only respond to what you do, but also to how you treat yourself. When you treat yourself with haste, tension, and judgment, the body contracts. But when you bring gentleness, patience, and acceptance, the body opens. And it is within that opening that the healing process is allowed to unfold. Perhaps you have spent a great deal of time searching for answers outside and new methods, different advice, quick solutions. But at some point, you will realize that the answer does not lie in finding more, but in returning and listening more deeply, because everything you need has always been there. You simply have not paused long enough to recognize it. This journey has no clear end point. There is no day when you wake up and say, "I am completely healed." Instead, it is a path, a way of living, a continuous choice to return to the present, to listen to the body, to trust in the self-regulating ability of life. And perhaps the most beautiful part of this journey is that you do not need to become someone else to begin. You do not need to wait until everything in your life becomes perfect. You can begin right here in this very moment, simply with a deep breath, a gentle awareness, a willingness to return to yourself. Because deep beneath all layers of thoughts, emotions, and experiences, there always exists a part of you that has never been wounded, a part that is still whole and complete. And it is from that place that all true healing begins. When you touch that part, even for a brief moment, you will understand that you have never truly lost your balance. You have simply forgotten how to return, and now you remember.